a game off of them. So the similar opponent, the only team that both of these guys have played, GK were far better against. Actually, no, they did both. Well,
they did play Furia. GK
well.
had some close games, but it was a pretty similar result. The Ultimates, they swept Furia. GK, they dropped a single game.
Game 1, right?
Yeah. So, just looking at the past results, it does seem to be a little bit in GK's favor, because when you're playing the best teams like Team Falcons, I think that might be the best measuring stick. So we'll see if the Ultimates have a reason to be as confident as Sad Jr. said they were.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. He said they're not worried about GK. I was, definitely a little bit surprised that he sounded that confident. I'm sure they're feeling confident and that they know that they're the favorites here.
But it was borderline underestimating.
I think so, based on the results GK have been getting. But soon we'll find out. This is not a rematch. The first lower bracket qualifier for the playoffs from the group of the day that is not a rematch between the two teams. Well, let's see how game 1 between them goes.
And I think this is a really fun one to get into as well, because I have both of these teams as being very close to one another in skill. I might give a slight edge to the Ultimates.
Likewise.
But it'll get settled out here on the pitch. First Killer going for a ground double, but that was cleared away by Joyo. LJ tried to get that into the corner, but he was bumped a little bit. Oli shut down by First Killer.
That's good speed by Chronic as well as he looks to transition into the midfield. Ultimates will try to be as quick as possible. They'll think they're the more mechanical team in the matchup. It's up to GK to make them doubt that. A chance for Archie to pop the ball mid, does so. First Killer's there, as he often is, to get the critical touch for his team.
First Killer looking for some boost. Chronic will move into this open space. Goes for goal. The quick shot didn't surprise Archie. Archie, stoic defender, reliable on that back line. First Killer ripping another shot, rebound out. The shot will be high. You can see Chronic's reaction, not necessarily happy with that touch. And now this is going to be a read for Chronic. Gets that back safely into the corner.
Yeah, as long as you yell back pass there, it's fine. It looked like it was a little bit dangerous just for a second there for Ultimates. Now, GK have got to be careful. Oli doesn't have a lot of boost to get back to this. Great, 50. Saved his little boost he did have for that burst of speed on the ground. It's been a back and forth midfield battle here. Neither team able to establish constant offensive pressure, but now maybe Ultimates can do just that. Chronic getting involved. Something that Ultimates fans will love to see is Chronic moving forward, being aggressive alongside the, well, usually more aggressive teammates, First Killer and LJ.
A lot of people expect First Killer to be that player that will carry a team to a victory. We've seen it throughout his career, those breakout performances where it seems like he can do it all. But at this point in the game, it does seem like you need all three players showing up to take down teams of this caliber. First Killer, though, is going to try something solo. And there's no dunk that comes on the end of that one. But he did force the defense to use up a lot of boost defending him.
I would have liked to see an air dribble bump pass there from First Killer. He did have a teammate supporting him inside. And if the air dribble bump passes, they could have easily entered the play and put a much higher quality shot on net, albeit a little bit more risky.
Pass attempted into the middle by Archie. Archie will hit it up the wall. The mid boost spawns for Joyo in time. The bounce off the ceiling didn't let Joyo stay on the play. Archie did try to move up, but he didn't have much boost either to work with. GK having some decent time on attack now. The bump off the ball. Archie catches it midair. First Killer gets a hand up. LJ plenty of boost to chase this ball down. We'll try to 50 it past the midfield line.
Impressive from GK to have the results they've already had this weekend, of course. There is that little pop bump from First Killer. You know, this is just a reminder of how difficult it is to make LAN. Sometimes we are too quick to judge a team for not making a LAN out of one of the bigger regions. GK finishing 6th in Europe for the Rally Major qualification battle. That's a chance for LJ. Not enough power on it. Could have been open, but not with a shot like that. Oh, what a pass.
Lovely pass. The shot hit off the post. And it looked like a defender was there as well to block out that angle. The Ultimates getting multiple looks so far this game. I think having the slight edge in number of opportunities, but We are still scoreless as we hit this final minute of game one.
Both teams playing very carefully here, trying to get the measure of the other. That's a huge read by Oli. Now infield for Archie. He's over the top of one and over the top of two. That's on the goal line. How many times have we seen that happen this weekend?
The post and bar here at the Esports World Cup seems to be different, Johnny. I have never seen so many shots go bar, post, out.
Read. I'm with you. I can't believe it. We've even seen it today multiple times. It was still a great attempt by Archie. They've been the faster team to those lofty balls in the midfield. They can continue to look for that outlet pass as an option, but now here come ultimates. Chronic bumped off the ball.
LJ missed grabbing that corner boost as well, which could have been key on the attack. As this cleared all the way out. First Killer tried to take that up the corner, but it was stopped out. Chronic does receive it. Chance to do some damage in the air. Has First Killer across. There was the flip reset demo. LJ. With some support from First Killer. First Killer. Flip reset pass over to Chronic. Chronic LJ! Fireworks at 0 seconds!
What a play by First Killer. The reset pass mid. Chronic gets it barely on net, but that touch from LJ was necessary. Joyo was going to be in the way of it. The ball might even have hit the ground on the way in. But wow, what a reaction by LJ to pop it on target.
I mean, that was a crazy team play.
Chronic's hands are shaking. He just spilled water all over his mouth. I mean, guys, I can't believe it.
My hands would be shaking too on that one. Oh my goodness, that took everyone. First Killer, I didn't even catch him getting that reset. And then the pass down to Chronic. Chronic keeps the ball alive enough, but the play from LJ to be speeding to the ground thinking, I need to keep this ball from touching the ground. Because if LJ's not there, I think that ball touches the ground on the goal line.
I think it's saved as well.
Yeah, it's not a goal. And so, wow. That's insane ending to the game.
Yeah, GK was so close. Archie was just millimeters away from scoring in regulation.
Look at that. Yeah,
so many saves by the post. That was a shot that could have easily been a goal, but this by Archie, if he's higher, it's a double tap.
Yep.
If he's lower, it's a goal, but because he's hit the underside of the bar, it's a save by the crossbar. Now look at LJ, he committed there, not thinking that First Killer had a reset, so he's just flown past the ball, and then he reacts immediately to get under it and score.
And Joyo's floating there in the lower corner. That was one of the craziest plays that we've seen.
It goes to show that not everything goes according to plan in pro play, but you've got to react. You've got to stay active in the play. LJ was trying to play either First Killer's fake or just First Killer's initial pass. First Killer had a great idea though, reset mid, and LJ stayed. He didn't just panic and flip away from the play.
Stayed in the play.
Yeah, he got underneath the ball and scored a goal that would not have otherwise been possible.
Huge result. I mean, that game was neck and neck pretty much the whole time. The Ultimates hitting a big play, securing that game one win.
And this is going to be the winner that nobody really wants to face them in the quarterfinals. You never want to play against the second team coming out of the group of death. But I believe it's going to be Dignitas, if I'm not mistaken. We're waiting for the winner of this one. James is going to check that for us right now, but can confirm Dignitas waiting for the winner, and I don't think they'll really have too much of a preference of who they play against. But Ultimates are looking really good here, and they have been looking really good. Oh, a save! Archie dodges the bump and gets the goal line stop.
And I think the Ultimates, that is a big confidence boost as well. I think maybe for Dignitas, they might feel a little bit more comfortable playing a GK, perhaps, because they get to play them at home all the time. Ultimates have made an RLCS Grand Final this year, but also
Dignitas as well.
But also stumbled a little bit in Raleigh. So it is a little bit of a mixed bag there. And that shot slotted by Joyo, upper 90.
That's a postage stamp by Joyo. 0 boost, 0 cares. What a finish. I mean, that's just gorgeous.
Well, I think Joyo has learned, get as close to the bar and post as you can, but don't hit it.
Don't touch it.
Don't hit it.
Yeah, not this weekend. So we do have another regulation goal, a bit earlier than the other one. It's good save by Archie. LJ threatening the ceiling shot there. Although the ball's on the goal line, it is safe for GK. Oli gets to work. Joyo running interference on multiple defenders. Looks like the attack has fizzled for now.
LJ, plenty of boost to start this counterattack. Chronic running away from Oli. And now has to turn back to settle this ball. Catches it, grabs the boost, but hit backwards from LJ. Oh, this is awkward. Dangerous ball, and you saw the rotation back from LJ. That's where it went wrong.
Yeah, LJ just did not read where that ball was going. It's a bit of a risky rotation. The ball can often go up in the air from those 50s in the back corner. And yeah, he's put his team in a tough spot there. Great pass mid though by GK, capitalizing on the mistake.
A little bit unlucky. Also, a little annoying, I would guess, for the Ultimates to give one up like that. Joyo on the backboard, passes back down. Textbook backboard pass from Joyo.
And the initial pass as well from Oli, just straight where Joyo wanted it. LJ knew that was coming, but there's nothing he could do about it. It was just too fast.
Yeah, it's telegraphed.
Too good.
I think that's, that's the way Europe likes to play all the time. It's very, very telegraphed, but unstoppable.
And these are some real reactions here. We promise we're not just playing some reactions to Falcons getting scored on and pretending it's an Ultimates fan. Ultimates are a MENA.org, so although it is a North American team, plenty of support here in Riyadh. GK as well, believe a MENA.org, so we can get both of the fans, either for or against. It sounded like Ultimates had more fans in the walkouts, at least.
That was what I was thinking as well. Ultimates getting that Game 1 victory, but Game 2 has been all GK. This is an attack trying to shape up. LJ went for a ceiling pass and didn't work out. Chronic has that ball 50 up. First killer a little bit wobbly on that play. Gives up the ball, forcing LJ to rotate back. The Ultimates forced deep into their own half.
Yeah, not a lot of time for them to work with if they're going to try and play this one out cautiously. I think they need to throw caution to the wind. I mentioned it in Game 1. This is where you bring out the all-in plays, the air dribble bump passes. It's where you bring out the lingering upfield positions, where you can just try to be annoying, surprise the opponents. I mean, Joyo's already done it to put GK ahead 3, just sticking around on the opponent's backboard. Those are the kind of plays Ultimates need to use now if they're going to give themselves a realistic comeback attempt.
Approaching that final minute. 3-goal lead here for GK. This one looks pretty secure for the moment, but first killer going for a pass down to LJ. LJ double tap! I thought it was saved for a moment, but LJ did enough to get that one through. A gorgeous play from the Ultimates.
The pass from first killer is disgusting. I can't believe Oli nearly saved that. LJ did so well to not just shoot that immediately. The double tap is the perfect play to counter the pre-jump from Oli, and Oli managed to linger in the air and nearly got in the way of it. Still, Ultimates have time. They need a goal soon, but they're on track.
Air dribble into a 50. It goes right down. What are we seeing, Johnny?
It's all about the assists for Ultimates. First killer with 2 assists, and now Chronic with the assist. These are some unbelievable passing plays, and they've got 41 seconds. It went from not enough time to plenty.
And now a kickoff strategy. It goes back right, but Chronic had gone to the opposite side of the field, a little bit late to the play. So kickoff strategy not going perfectly to plan, but they still have possession. The Ultimates inching forward before Archie cleared this one all the way down, but first killer has a full tank. Chronic across the field. Ball contested, now back to LJ. Contested again, shot opportunity for Joyo. Puts it high off the arc and down. It knocked through, but GK wasn't ready for it.
Well, GK are staying aggressive here. It's the correct response. You don't want to just get scared. Go back to goal after the other team scored twice, but can first killer do it again? Can Ultimates do it again? They scored a 0-second goal to win last game. Now they need one to tie game 2.
And there's the drop down by Joyo, so it was a little bit scary in the end, but GK close out the game. They looked good. The late surge from Ultimates didn't put them in a panic, and they got the job done.
Hey, I love the passing plays coming out of Ultimates. So first killer with the you know, one of the best passes we're going to see all weekend.
And that's on the tail of the game 1 pass, and then game 2 pass was crazy as well.
Yeah, they're brilliant passes, and I mean they're really stealing the show for the Ultimates. As for Geekay, you know, they had some nice passes as well. We had the little offload mid for the first goal.
The backboard pass
yeah,
from
we
Joyo
had
as
the
well.
Drop down. We're going to get a look at it now. So it's been all about the assists in this matchup.
And it's always fun to see. You know, sometimes you get those shootout performances from individuals, you know, the Zen, Nubo going head to head, but this has been all teamwork. And then even before this 50, it was a perfect catch. Perfect first touch by Chronic before he took that into an air dribble.
Yeah. Yeah, so, over the top of one and then downward dunk. I mean, every goal's been assisted so far, so we haven't had to watch a solo play. It's, you know, it's pretty normal for most of the goals these days to be assisted, but you sometimes get the assist timeout. It's one of the most annoying things when you're playing Rocket League. You get the assist, but your teammate takes too long to put it into the net, and you don't get credit, even though you know, everybody knows.
I set that up.
Yeah, I set that up.
Where's the credit? Well, one thing's for sure, Johnny, is that this series has been delivering so far. I think we knew it was going to be close coming into it. Game 1, the Ultimates stealing the game at 0 seconds. Game 2, Geekay closing it out despite a late surge from the Ultimates. These teams are well matched.
Oh, misread in the ceiling bounce by Joyo and Chronic. Both of them thought the ball was going to hit the ceiling a bit earlier than it did, if it even did hit the ceiling. And now Joyo has a chance to go for the double tap. Chronic with a great adjustment. What a save. And the follow-up save by First Killer as well.
First Killer, all the boost in the world, gets the reset, gets down to the ground, gets a trade on Archie. Ultimates will let this one go all the way back. Joyo off the ceiling, 50, pinches all the way back straight to GK. Oli tipping it over to Archie, who goes for goal, forcing an easy save. And now First Killer will punt it upfield.
Oh, cheeky by Oli. First Killer thought Oli's going to try and take that to the back corner. Oli instead cuts forward, and he nearly gets a double mid. That would have been outstanding from him.
And that's what I love to see, the unpredictability, catching players off guard with your decision. Good stuff from Oli. Good sign of confidence. Archie going for a block. Did shut down First Killer, and we'll take it back down to the ground. 0 boost. It's a slight pop up. But now Joyo will have to go to work. Chronic contesting him. Ball 50'd out to Archie.
Oh.
Gives away the ball. And now a big clear for Oli to deal with.
He's just going to try and take this up to the backboard. It's such a difficult thing to make look that easy, but pros these days are so good at that, just touching the ball up to the backboard so that they can just keep it there, away from a scoreable position. You know, sometimes it looks dangerous. Sometimes it looks like the ball's close to the goal, but really it isn't in a dangerous position at all. Oh, that's dangerous. So Joyo saw that it was hitting the post and then puts it out to Oli.
Yeah, they make it look easy, but there's always that opportunity to make a mistake. A mistouch in that situation could be deadly. But like you said, players so consistent nowadays. Few and far between on those mistakes. LJ controlling it up the sidewall, dodges the bump attempt, goes for a bump on Oli.
Oh.
And the boost stolen by LJ. The Ultimates have had a boost advantage in this series so far. And those corner boost steals certainly contribute to that. Oli caught a little bit out, had to half flip back, used up a lot of boost on that play.
Yeah, you thought the worst possible outcome was a 50-50 there, but First Killer managed to get it past him, or past his teammate, I should say. Now Oli's going to try to do the same thing at the other end. Joyo and Oli both 15 the ball through. Archie shoots it underneath the attempted pre-jump, but the defender's able to get back down.
Joyo with the demo. He's going to stay on the play, going for an air dribble. Got that into the middle, but no teammate was there. Boost stolen by Oli. Oli is going to go for a pass across, trying to play keep away, perhaps.
That was a big fight in the back corner for the boost, and Joyo's the one who took it away. Ultimates are scrambling. They're really struggling to keep up the pace. Steal. The other one's about to spawn, and there's Archie taking it. They've taken away 4 consecutive back corner boosts, and the other one's about to spawn. They're going to take that away as well if they want to. Looks like Ultimates might have survived.
Archie's parked on the corner boost, was bumped off it. Unreal defense from the Ultimates so far, but they are running on such little boost. They need something to get out.
Just rat enterprises from GK, being so annoying as they try to get the opening goal. They'll know the danger that the Ultimates present in the closing seconds very well in recent memory. I want to get a lead as soon as possible. Final minute now in game 3.
Chronic lands a nice bump. Opens up a little bit of a gap. LJ staying in the play, didn't rotate out. But a clear will make its way over First Killer. Now Chronic has to deal with this ball. Takes it into an air dribble from his own corner. Uses up all his boost, needs help. Finds it in LJ, but LJ drove right under Chronic's wheels.
Yeah, a bit unlucky there as they collide with each other. First chance for Ultimates to get a close-up look at the end. But suddenly they've broken free. Geekay on the counter-attack. Ultimates, I mean, you can forgive them. They're thinking, finally it's our time to attack. Nope, it's Oli with the outlet pass and Archie with the redirect.
And the ball got a little bit away from First Killer, and it felt like it was only a matter of time with how much pressure that Geekay was putting on. But I wouldn't count the Ultimates out just yet.
Yeah, it looks like First Killer didn't get full control like he usually does. Now Joyo is going to frustrate Ultimates. Just being so annoying here, sticking on the ball as we get towards the final play of the game. Again, early challenge. Geekay staying aggressive in the closing seconds.
Chronic lets LJ take the corner boost and will jet off to the opposite corner. First Killer passing it over, trying to find Chronic. It's a high pass. Ball hit down to the middle of the passing field. First Killer couldn't get around it. The ball was speeding and he didn't have much boost. Still a chance for the Ultimates. First Killer has plenty to deal with. Trying to keep the ball airborne. The 50 kicks it across the field. LJ will have to keep this up. But a nice spike to the ground, and Geekay survived once again.
My goodness, the Ultimates are doing such a good job creating chances in 0 seconds. That pass mid from Chronic was, I think, better than First Killer could have hoped for. It was such a good pass. But First Killer, being in a low boost scenario, just barely couldn't get to it. If he was more positioned towards the back post, I think he would have had a clean shot there, and you'd back First Killer to score that.
The margins on that were so small. And now the Ultimates, one of NA's last hopes on the ropes. Meanwhile, for Europe, if Geekay can pull through, all 4 European teams will make the top 8.
That was ceiling pinch forward by Oli, which is why Chronic was caught out there. He wasn't super pushed up, but the ceiling pinch gets the ball moving extremely quickly. Archie saw it coming though. He was ready downfield, trusting Oli, which is great to see from them. But as second man, that's where you want to be. You want to trust your third to have the bad option covered, and then the good option, if it does occur, you've got to be ready for it.
Certainly, and we've seen some good ceiling pinch plays today. There was the Gen.G ceiling pinch to Cheese. That was quite remarkable. So players are very good at those ceiling pinch plays. You have so many options now if you're a highly mechanical player to get that ball downfield. And we've even seen some really good 0-second plays from the Ultimates, like you were mentioning, how close that one was for First Killer to take the shot.
Pretty crazy stat at the end of game 3 there. After 3 whole games of Rocket League, both teams were exactly tied in score in points, which is not.
That is, you get 2 every time you touch the ball.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't matter for the outcome of the match, really, but
an anomaly
never happens.
A statistical anomaly. Yeah. Ball hit upfield. The first demo of the game, Chronic, and it leads right to a goal by Chronic as well.
That's where Ultimates want to be. It's where they need to be. Very selfless there from First Killer to pop the ball up to LJ as they open the scoring. I love that First Killer's just laid on his back there after popping it up. He knew his work was done. But they didn't get a lot of looks at the GK end last game. It was 62% of Ultimate's half in terms of where the ball was last game. Now it's a different story. First Killer, he didn't get the right timing on the turn. It could have been there for that one. He was looking for a later arrival.
But did get the boost steal, and that shot off the post and out again. Post has been doing work. Chronic trying to double that out to the middle. First Killer collects. And despite being kept on in their own half most of last game for the Ultimates, they've spent the start of this one pressuring GK.
Huge ceiling challenge by GK. Strategy they've used exceptionally well, and look how they set up the counter-attack off the back of it. Joyo ceiling challenges, and then he just wave dash and pops the ball mid. That is acceleration that Ultimates cannot have seen coming. They knew he was boost starved.
Oh, so it was a great pop by Joyo, but Oli as well, executing that play with no boost to spare. Oli has been the finisher in some really key moments for GK.
He's such an underrated player in all the teams that he plays such a key part in. You know, he's the solid player that you need. Every team needs a player like an Oli who's just going to have no nonsense touches. Love that lead from Joyo on the boost to the back corner, and then covers Archie as well to make sure that the reset won't go through.
I think Archie was surprised that Joyo left it for him though, because Archie didn't pick
it up.
That boost. It was the right idea though, and now the shot going to be contested. Archie has that one taken away from him, but Oli moves in. Oli trying to read the defense. We've seen him do that all series long. Doesn't take the first easy option. Evaluates what he thinks is the best one.
Oh my goodness.
Pass to the middle, but again, no one from Ultimates was there.
And First Killer demoed the goalie as well, but he had to drive into the goal to do it. GK are doing a good job hiding inside the goal to escape those like drive across the box demos, but does at least if the attacker gets one, their recovery is hindered as well.
And it's slow to get back.
It's more scary to follow up as third in that position. If
make it riskier
in the opponent's net while your other teammate centers it.
Passing plays coming out. That shot is doomed towards net, but an epic save by Oli keeps it out.
Joyo as well, reading the overhead, and then intercepted the follow-up. Active defense out of GK, but here come Ultimates again. Both Chronic and LJ were sitting pretty deep there, but 50 back from LJ brings Chronic into the play. Just going to try and put a heat check over the backboard, but Oli was there, so I think maybe it might have been better to control that or look mid.
Shot on net, but LJ is able to be there just in time. LJ faking high, gets help from Chronic, who knocks it into the corner. LJ try to pass that over towards First Killer, but First Killer's a little bit awkward here. Chronic trying to get that out. You see First Killer also diving in, positioning, starting to suffer for the Ultimates.
And that was margins, small margins there. GK are so close to finding a way through. Any of those 50s goes badly for Ultimates. They're in big trouble. They're still in trouble, despite the fact that none of them were devastating, but they have no boost again. LJ's managed to pick up a little bit, but no momentum in net. It's hard to get anything going. That's a key touch. And the follow-up by First Killer as well. Ultimates survived that exchange. And the
Ultimates, a couple times this series now, have been able to survive those extended attacks where they're low on boost. Their positioning is a bit awkward. They've been able to make it through, and that was huge to keep this game tied. Ultimates looking to force game 5, pass in field. Chronic goes low, but gives it away to Archie. Archie has help from the bump, but First Killer will boom this down.
Yeah, it wasn't quite fast enough there. First Killer mid. Is anyone there? Joyo is. Oli covering high, Joyo covering low. Now Oli looking to bounce the ball clear.
Another bump
here, looking dangerous. So many bumps, so many passing plays. First Killer has control though. Ultimates again looking to just slow the play down to the back corner.
Demo from First Killer will open up some space in the midfield. Chronic flicks it up and over one. First Killer, high hit. Second effort from First Killer doesn't connect.
A massive from Archie, but here come Ultimates again. LJ's got some time. Booms the backboard. Oli, awkward, but pops it into his own back corner.
Infield pass to Chronic. The shot, it's saved by Oli, and we have overtime once more.
Well, they nearly done it again. Ultimates once more creating chances in the final seconds. If they're going to move on in the tournament, they're going to need to score in this overtime. GK on match point. Top 8 with Dignitas if they can get one more goal.
Archie. That's a ball cleared deep. LJ will put it over to First Killer, who picked up the corner. Will take it back down to the ground, booming it off the GK corner. Second effort from First Killer. Third effort, trying to get that mid. Chronic pinch pass out to the middle. LJ didn't want to dive in. Felt it was too risky.
Yeah, I think good call there by LJ. Oli trying to get upfield now for the redirect. Joyo booms the backboard. There's that boost steal. Oh, we've seen so much in this matchup. And now Joyo trying to work his magic. So many options at his disposal. And this one does go the way of Ultimates.
Chronic. Pass upfield. Now LJ moving in. First killer streaking back to be third man. LJ pops it up high. Oli there first off reset. Goes for a goal, but that's shut down by first killer.
Well, Oli almost found a way through there. What can Joyo do? LJ staying grounded. Maybe a bit too long. Oli follows up and scores. The challenge just didn't come in time. Joyo with the pass to set up the win.
Oh, and I love that from Joyo. In that position, he could have gone for the reset, but the selfless play to the finisher, Oli, who has scored big-time goals for GK, helps him get the win over the Ultimates.
And once again, they drop game one and win 3 straight. GK did this against Furia, and now they've done it against Ultimates as well. What a run. Not many people had them coming out of the group of death, but they've done it in style. 3-1, 3-1.
Well, you know, it was a conversation. We talked about it quite a bit. And with GK, one thing that we did say was when it comes to Europe, the strongest